What is my veggies? My name is VTR and welcome back to another episode, or not episode, a season review of The Walking Dead. And today we are reviewing The Walking Dead Season 9, episode, Season 9. Going into this season, like, it's a big thing following up the war against Negan and the Saviors. It's a really, but what's the plot? Well, you can break down this season into I think three things. The first part is dealing with the aftermath of the war and everything. It's been a year and a half. Rick and everyone, are building, all the communities are together. The Saviors are their own community. All the communities are working together. And there's a bunch of stuff going on here and there. Rick is trying to keep everyone together. Negan's still alive. There's some distance between Hilltop and Alexandria because of Rick's decision to not kill Negan. And Gabriel and Jadis or Anne are kind of hooking up. But there's a whole bunch of discourse and everything. We find out Oceanside has been killing saviors that are left and everything. And then the second half, and then the big thing of this season, the first bit of the season, is Rick, when he falls off the horse, gets stabbed, goes to all his hallucinations, and then gets blown up and everything. And also Maggie, and says that Maggie also decides not kill Negan because he's already better off dead, or he's better off. He's more dead than he's basically dead without actually being dead. That's basically the point. Now, with that being said, this whole that whole half of the season, that's like a season worth of stuff right there. Like, then we go into where a time jump. We see much older, well, not much older, but been like 6 years, I think, I believe. We get this new group introduced, and Judith is older. Michonne's become cold because of something that happened in that time gap, where she had to, spoilers, had to save Judith, and a bunch of other kids from Alexandria had to literally kill a bunch of kids. If you guys want more detail about that, go watch the actual episode. I'm not going to go into full on detail about that episode. Jesus dies. We discover the Whisperers, who are people that wear masks. And he gets killed. He's like our first one we lose to them. And the fair is going on as well. They're building up this fair that the kingdom's holding. The kingdom needs this trade fair, but like Alexandria won't sign on to it. Eventually, they do. And we also see Henry, who is also Ezekiel and Carol are together. And Henry's their son. And we gotta end up capturing Lydia, who is the daughter of the leader of the Whisperers, Alpha, and they want to have this relationship start to happen. And we also learn that Gabriel and Rosita are together now, which is crazy to even think about. But also Sadiq is the father to Rosita's baby, or that Rosita's pregnant. And then eventually the communities have come back together to do this fair, but a bunch of people have been killed and put their heads on pikes. Some of them being two of these new guys that are part of this like road patrol thing that we discover. They're kind of part of the communities and stuff now too. Two of those guys One of the dudes that used to be a savior, that was living in Alexandria. Um, Enid, Tara, the old lady, I can't remember her name. The two other teenagers that were hanging out with Henry and the other guy, I don't remember his name, but them as well. Enid and Tara, and the big gut punch was Tara, not Tara. Well, Henry, which leads to Ezekiel and Carolina breaking up, and they have to travel through this snow area. And they have to pass through Alpha's territory because it's a bad winter. They have to go. They have to leave the kingdom. People in the kingdom have to leave the kingdom and go to Hill. Oh, that happened. Okay, they have to leave the kingdom and go to Hilltop. And then at the end of the very last shot of the season, we see at the very last shot of the season, we go through. We hear like a little thing on the radio, and that's basically my whole. I guess I recap the whole season when it comes to The Walking Dead. But yeah, this season I think was really well done. Just the fact that like it's like two seasons in one. Like this is like two seasons in one, and some of the characters, the villains, I think are actually better villains than Negan. And also, I forgot to mention that Negan is like really becoming a good guy. Like, kind of see him like develop this friendship or this bond with Judith and everything. And oh, Daryl gets a dog, which is amazing. Um, and the new characters, the new group, I don't know about them. Yumiko, Luke, Connie. Those are the only things I remember. But the rest of them, I really like the dynamic of their group. They're very interesting. There's very differing opinions amongst them. They're very diverse in like how they act and everything. They're very different, but they also work together. They're extremely different people, but I think it's done very, very well. Like I said, Negan is great. The first bit of the season with the whole stuff with the Rick and everything is so interesting. Like just see like kind of like just trying to rebuild after the war. I'm not gonna talk too much about the episode where Rick dies, which he doesn't. But cause I already did a video talking about that episode on its own. But personally, that episode, not that episode, that that episode was a gut punch. Yeah. But the second half of the season, we focus mostly on the Whispers. It takes a minute to actually see the Whispers and see Alpha. But when we see Alpha, like, this stuff is intense. We know that these people are. I mean, you see Beta, which is this second in command. This dude is just like a powerhouse. There's a fight that happens between him and Daryl and everything. And it really sucks that what happens with Lydia and Harold, Henry, because I was really liking their dynamic and everything. And it and but overall I think this season is a very enjoyable season. um because like I said, it feels like there's so much in this season, but it doesn't feel like compressed or oversaturated or anything. Personally, I'd give this season a solid 4 out of 5. Yeah, let's go 3.5. Let's go 3.5. Let's go 3.5. I'm not gonna go. I don't want to be too generous. Let's go 3.5. I really enjoy this season, though. I think it is a really enjoyable season. And we got season 3, season 10 up next, which is the longest season by far of the series. Um, that's mostly because I'll talk about that later. But yeah, but that's all I got to say for this review. For that, sorry for the flashing and everything. That's happened a few times in this video. Sometimes that just happens with the way I record. I have to get a new I have to get an actual webcam and everything eventually. But that's all I got to say for this video, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I am very I'm glad you watch these videos and everything. Thank you guys for watching. I don't know when I'll get season 10's review out, because as of recording this, like a bunch of the seasons and episode reviews of The Walking Dead and Walking Dead World Beyond have not gone out yet. But I will go ahead and tell you this. I am going, when I finish season 10 and 11, Where I am going to review season. I'm going to review season. Sorry, I'm going to review all the seasons of Fear the Walking Dead before I jump to the other spinoffs and everything. So keep an eye out for that and everything. Oh, I should probably just know Tales from the Walking Dead. I'm going to review episode by episode because it is an anthology series. So keep an eye out for that. But that's really all I gotta say for this review, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see each and every one of you guys in the next video. Bye.